Well, percenters, welcome back. Hope you guys are enjoying your celebration. Thinking basketball got me clicking how Denver's defense won the NBA title. Really? Their defense definitely did not win it. Bruce Brown's putback
A kid from Serbia
made them win. So this is a crazy,
paired him with a flowing guard from Kitchener, Ontario.
insane narrative.
Championship offense around their two.
I need the truth.
We've seen throughout these playoffs how hard it is to slow them down. And in Game 5 against
How
Miami,
hard it is to slow them down. That's talking about their offense. Talk about their defense.
we've seen throughout these playoffs how hard it is to slow them down. And in Game 5 against Miami, that offensive process worked for the Nuggets, but Denver's shooting left them like aliens stole their talent in Space Jam. They made just 5 of 24 open or wide open threes, according to Second Spectrum's tracking.
Pressure cooker.
They missed 10 of
Dead
23 free
threes.
throws, leaving a ton of points on the board after good possessions. So they needed their defense to save the day.
Or bad
Christian
offense out
Brown
of Jimmy
has
Butler.
given strong defensive minutes off the bench all year, fighting through screens well and using size to contest wings.
Yeah, put anything in slow-mo, it's going to look good D or good offense.
Point of attack defender who could navigate screens and recover to ball handlers while Jokic dropped on the
Jimmy has a trouble going left, especially in pick and roll.
gave them a point of attack
This is
defender
terrible
who could
spacing, bad
navigate
personnel.
screens and
Bam doesn't even roll. He just stands there and waits for Jimmy to do something. Space to the three or roll harder. Somebody needs a flare up to the top. Maybe Caleb Martin needs to move down to the dunker spot so he can catch a lob.
while
But we could all just stand around and wait for Jimmy Butler to do
Jokic
something.
dropped on the pick and roll. And he showed his versatility in Game 5, playing Jimmy Butler one-on-one in the post and nearly turning him over. Aaron Gordon was the primary defender on Butler in this series, wisely going under the screen here, and his size actually deterred Butler from taking a ton of shots. Aaron Gordon was the primary defender.
Why
on
isn't
Butler
that
in
an
this
open
series,
three?
Wisely going under the screen here,
Bang. How many guards shoot that when Joker's trailing and the guard goes under?
and his size actually deterred Butler from taking a ton of shots like this, passing out for a tough look instead. Jimmy tried to attack other players all series, but in Game 5, he often just went at Gordon directly in these actions. And that didn't yield much
Very,
success for
very
Butler.
makeable. Is this good defense or he just
Other
missed a
players all
shot?
Series. But in Game 5, he often just went at Gordon directly in these actions.
That's a
And
missed
that didn't
layup.
yield much success for Butler, who was held to just 5 of 18 shooting on
That's
the night.
over penetrating.
He hunted
Easy
Murray
missed
a bunch
layup.
in this series, but Jamal held his own to me because he was big enough to hold him off. Brown's a bit behind recovering, so Jamal switches out. Then he's quick enough to slide in front. Jamal held his own to me because he was big.
Yeah, I've been watching the Nuggets all season long. This guy's giving the Nuggets defense way too much
enough
credit.
To hold him off.
This is a bump. You rise up and shoot. He's not even looking at the rim. He's looking to get other guys involved. If you think this is defense, you're insane.
Brown's a bit behind recovering, so Jamal switches out. Then he's quick enough to slide in front of the ball and hold off a drive before Bruce Brown pokes it away.
That's
And
good
that
defense out of Bruce
a bit
Brown.
Behind recovering, so Jamal switches out. Then he's quick enough to slide in front of the ball and hold off a drive before Bruce Brown pokes it away. And that turns.
So is this
defense behind
over-penetrating by
recovering, so
Duncan
Jamal
Robinson
switches
now?
out.
Because
Then
he could have
he's
kicked
quick
it to
enough
Kyle
slide in front of
Lowry.
the ball
One dribble
and hold
earlier.
off a drive before Bruce
Boom.
Brown
He needs to kick it out there.
pokes it away, and that turns defense into offense on a night the Nuggets really needed it. A staple of Denver's defense this season was how their mobile defenders would cheat over toward the ball and then were quick
Now all of a sudden they're mobile.
enough to recover without giving up much of an advantage. This was notable in pick and rolls with Jokic, where he briefly hedged out in front of the ball handler, only to quickly
Oh man, people change narratives all the times. It's always about matchup. This stuff drives me nuts. Joker didn't change. The only thing that changed is they played the same team 5 times in a row, and you can't change personnel.
recover back to his man.
So against the Warriors and some quicker, smaller guards with some more mobile centers, some Embiid, some Cats, some guys that can space the floor, Joker's going to look terrible. But against centers that don't shoot or pass or play make or do anything other than roll, he's going to look fantastic, especially against 38-year-old Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler that can only go right in a pick and roll.
And watch Jeff Green linger here to
My good Lord.
the strong side. Murray slides over to take away that.
Give the Nuggets credit for winning. They definitely won.
Reset, and the play goes nowhere before Jamal chases his man around a screen and nearly blocks the jumper.
This video makes it sound like they're
Denver created
lockdown
a
defense.
rangy, connected unit behind Jokic, flooding the ball side with defenders before scrambling out to shots on the weak side. Here's a perfect example from Game 5, where Murray's pulled over to help. Jokic stays with Butler nicely. Then Jamal recovers.
Passed up on so many shots. These are all shots.
Here's a perfect example from Game 5, where Murray's pulled over to help.
Bang, that's a shot right there. Right here, that's another shot. Ball's already in his hand. He can just stop and pop that thing. He decides to keep penetrating to Pierce it to see what happens. Is this good pass? It's high because Jamal was reading him the whole way, so he has to throw it up high. The guy has to jump in the air. And now it's a tough catch. Now he's trapped in the corner. And then Jimmy doesn't get out of the corner because he's tired. So Gabe only has one thing to do is go up.
And uses his size.
And then now he's going up. He's going away from the rim. Defender now has a much better angle to guard. Okay, Gabe Vincent's smaller, weaker, and slower. What do you expect him to do? Pump fake, good footwork, bump, try to draw a foul. Doesn't work.
Denver held its play. Then Jamal recovers to the
am I being a hater? Or am I just really hating on bad offense?
Slides perfectly with the dribbler and uses his size to close out a great possession. Denver held its playoff.
Offense always wins.
Nearly 4 points below their regular season offensive rating. And if we compare that to how other teams fared against the same playoff opponents, the Nuggets look statistically similar to the 2022 Warriors and the 2020 Lakers. So, yes, you can build a good playoff defense with Nikola Jokic at center. Fittingly, defense sparked them down the stretch, with KCP spinning off a screen.
Jimmy Butler scored like 15 straight points, and he didn't do anything all game. He just happened to catch fire, got crazy, and just turned it on. He made a boneheaded play. Kyle Lowry set a screen. They put him on the left side. He drove. Jamal Murray made a nice play. He avoided the bump, and then KCP jumped into passing lane.
Lowry slips, and they head the other way in transition, with Bruce Brown in tow to clean up that miss. And on the very next possession,
this is the third quarter.
Heat-seeking hand slap it away.
That's
Michael
good.
Porter Jr. who's chugging down the court for some Globetrotter action, and I'm not sure where that came from. But now the game was tied.
He went behind the back
Porter
and
Jr. comes chugging down the court
and mishandled it. Right, and then he got his legs out of the way, and it goes through his legs. And they're gonna give him credit for being a globetrotter.
Now the game was tied.
Y'all are insane, man. That's like that one LeBron play. He tried to pass it, go behind his legs or something like that, and went through the defender's legs. And they give him credit for that. That was all luck.
Jokic was sagging off a non-shooter to help in the paint. So Miami went right into a dribble handoff to
oh yeah, you could shoot that, or unless you're Bam or Draymond Green.
Create a 2-on-1 for a clean look. And this technique of
Max Strus misses a wide open look.
So Miami went right into a dribble handoff to create a 2-on-1 for a clean look. And this technique of running shooters into handoffs has become a popular way to exploit big men who ignore non-shooters.
That's great defense. That's great defense, Joel Embiid. You did the same thing Joker did, but Joker's getting credit for defense now.
Has become a popular way to exploit big men who ignore non.
If you get a good shot out of it, a makeable shot, a shot that you want, that's not good defense.
Shooter.
If you force the offense to do something they don't want, or take a very difficult shot or rush a shot, that's good defense. It's not good defense.
So early in the
Jokic
was on the non-shooting Cody Zeller, slid over to help on a Butler drive, and that opened up the handoff for Duncan Robinson. But
okay, he knows Cody Zeller can't shoot. He also knows the grenade action is coming.
Jokic beams out to the
so all you gotta do is Duncan Robinson is not fast enough to to fake and reverse or dribble well enough to split this gap.
3-point line perfect.
So he just traps him where he's gonna shoot it.
Then
That's intelligence. So I will give Joker credit for that. That's just like intelligence.
the Bulls for a steal, but the Heat can't take advantage of it. And Robinson, but Jokic beams out to the 3-point line perfectly, then gambles
Right, he was a little aggressive with the whack with the hand there.
for a steal.
Gives Embiid, Duncan Robinson 2 chances to get around. He whacks him once with a reach, whacks from behind with a reach.
But the Heat
Right? Does Duncan Robinson have the ability to throw a lob to Cody Zeller, or has he just made up his mind to do a floater?
take advantage of it. And I thought this play
Cody Zeller misses the tip.
beams out to the 3-point line
So if they
perfectly,
score, is that
then
good or bad
gambles
defense?
For a steal, but the Heat can't take advantage of it.
Oh, Lord.
And I thought this play summarized Denver's team defense perfectly. Murray spins under the screen to stay with Butler. The weak side defenders are of it. And I thought this play summarized Denver's team
Y'all played for
defense
me.
perfectly.
Y'all would see how annoyed I get.
Murray spins under the screen
Boom, that's a jump shot.
to
Okay, he passed it up.
stay with Butler. The weak side defenders are pulled way over to help. Brown recovers for on the
This is good. He did not need to pass fake that. I mean, pump fake that. He should have just swung it to the top guy.
Murray's there to help him. Jokic is there to help Murray. Bruce Brown helps Jokic, and Joker gets over to contest. Brown
And
recovers for on the shooter off the line.
why does Jimmy
Murray's there to
jump
help him.
uphill?
Jokic is there to help Murray.
like right here, that should be step through with the left hand pass. Why are you passing to his right side? That makes it easier for Bruce Brown to recover because he slides up. He jumps and slides up.
Brown helps
Like put it on the left side in front so Bam's already
and
closed.
Joker gets over to contest.
Oh man.
Gordon didn't get to play help the helper there.
So annoyed.
Is there to help Murray.
So he should have jumped to the left instead of jumping to the right and pumping.
Bruce
And then he should have passed it to Bam's right hand, not his left
Brown
hand.
helps Jokic, and Joker gets over to contest.
Milliseconds matter. I say it all the time.
Didn't get to play help the helper there, but a minute later he's switched out onto Lowry and just destroys his
Kyle
jumper.
Lowry's is acting crazy. End of the shot clock. He has
Aaron
nothing to do.
Gordon
He has
didn't
no
get
go-to
to play
moves against a
help the
bigger,
helper
faster,
there.
stronger
A
guy.
minute later he's switched out onto Lowry and just
Great defense. Aaron
destroys his
Gordon will give
jumper.
him credit for
And
that.
This was part of a
Yes.
stretch where Miami didn't score for more than 5 minutes in the quarter and tallied just 16 points in nearly 16 minutes of play.
Very makeable floater there.
Breathe in and know that.
Oh man, why am I irritated today, boys? Are you guys out there partying? Joker's mad. He had some funny videos of him
What it is.
not wanting to go to the parade. Wants to go race his horses.
Cut the cable with Verizon.
He's getting a lot of love finally, so you guys ought to be happy.
Finally cut the cable, switch.
Now, no
The
matter
media
how
swings.
bogged down it
The media swings so quickly, man. They say you can't play D all season long, and then now it's like they got great defense.
game gets, you could always lean on Jokic's offense. He just off nearly 16 minutes of play. Now, no matter how bogged down a game gets, you could always lean on Jokic's offense. He just authored arguably the best offense
If you could always lean on his offense, why can't you always lean on his defense? If defense is so great.
season in the history of the league, capable of floating off screens into 3-point shots like this, and then taking opposing center.
Joker's already, in my eyes, centers wise of the actual centers I've seen, he's only behind Shaq in my eyes. He's better than Hakeem. In a team setting, he's only behind Shaq because Shaq is literally the most dominant center ever.
Centers down into the post and just pulverizing them with
He's better than
size.
D-Rob. He's better than
He's
Tim
also a
Duncan. He's better
basketball
than
genius. Miami's in their zone here. Jokic goes to set a ball screen.
Prime Dwight
Hears Bam
Howard.
and Butler talking and realizes they're expecting the screen here for the ball handler going left. So Jokic slips out to this space instead. That collapses the zone and frees up Porter for a warm-up shot. On a night where no one else could put it in the basket, Joker scored 28 points, and he made 11 of 13 Porter for a warm-up here.
why would the screen, right, come to Jimmy Butler's right to make Bruce Brown go left, right into the other defender, right into where the other two offensive guys are. It's a very, very simple zone. Go to the open spot.
Or the ball handler going left. So Jokic slips out to this space and
So does it really matter that you have to set a screen? No.
instead,
You go to the open spot and then you get attention, right? He can go right at Bam. He can shoot that three. That's called a center or a player that can do everything. So then you get the double,
collapses the zone.
and then you just attack the gap, and then you give it to the open guy.
Order for a warm-up.
Like how hard is that?
Before the ball handler going
And then you
left.
get Christian
So
Brown,
Jokic
who's
slips
smart,
out
and
to
he
this
and he
space
collapses
instead.
and he cuts.
That collapses the zone.
Right? When you have it in your best player's hands, right? Christian Brown's making a 45 cut. If he makes a 45 cut, Duncan Robinson has to either come to him or Bam has to come to him. If that happens, KCP's going to be wide open. So Christian Brown, he deserves a lot of credit here because then you have them both collapsing on him, and then Jimmy Butler comes in to help Bam, and then you get MPJ for a wide open shot. Like, this is not miracle
Warm-up
offense.
shot. On a night where no one else could put it in the basket.
Like, even though
Jokic
MPJ missed,
scored
that's good
28
execution.
points, and he made 11 of 13 two-point shots in this game, flashing to the middle of the zone for this filthy Sombor shuffle. That zone
The
was one of
Sombor
reasons
spin.
Murray and Jokic ran far fewer pick and rolls in this game
Great
than at any other
offense.
point in the series. But Joker still found some. That zone was one of the reasons
Look
Murray
at the
and
difference
Jokic ran far fewer
when,
pick and rolls in this game than
Somebody other than Joker gets it in the nail.
any other.
Look how fast this boy gets rid of it. Jimmy Butler didn't even move. He just turned his head. There's no urgency of any of the Heat to do anything. Do you see why certain people are open? They're open for a reason,
Point this
right? Aaron Gordon has everything to do.
filthy
Everything
Sombor
to
shuffle.
do, but he doesn't have the
That
skills
zone
to
was
do
one
it.
of the reasons Murray
Whether it's
and
the
Jokic
processing,
ran far fewer pick and rolls in this game than
whether it's the processing, the patience, the footwork, the shot,
any other.
right? He didn't even look at the rim. Why doesn't he just turn and face? If he turns and face, Joker's going to dive. He's going to post up Kyle Lowry, and Joker gets an easy dunk.
Other point
But no, I'm just going to flip it over.
in the series. But Joker
Okay, now Aaron Gordon's much more comfortable leaving it because he'd rather be a slasher.
spot
Okay, so now Joker gets it, goes right at him,
pushed the lead to 7.
and shoots over him.
With 4 minutes left, the Heat finally came out of the
Oh
zone.
my God,
Denver
it's
went back to
comical.
their bread and butter two-man game.
Maybe I don't know. I don't think I'm that smart, man.
He's trying to bait Murray into a pass so he can recover to the shooter. But Jamal keeps the dribble alive, which occupies Lowry and sets up the wide open three for KCP. With a 7-point lead, it looked. But Jamal
He has him right away. He definitely could have made it. That's a normal closeout. KCP could shoot it with Kyle Lowry flying at him.
keeps the dribble alive, which occupies Lowry and sets up the wide
Right? Kyle Lowry's stupid. Takes a reach there for no reason.
three. for
Caleb Martin his closeout's a little bit longer.
With a 7-point lead, it looked like Denver could crack the sham. Alive, which occupies Lowry.
This
and
was a
sets
big
up the
three.
wide open three for KCP.
Huge three.
With a 7-point lead, it looked like Denver could crack the champagne.
MPJ getting
Jimmy
blown
Butler
by.
three from the corner.
Wide
then
open
came
three.
Down and canned another pull-up three over Jokic.
That's great
Then
defense again,
with a
right?
7-point
Zoning
lead,
off.
It looked like Denver could crack the champagne. But
It's
Jimmy
just
Butler
better
hit a
offense. I
three
mean,
from
it's
the
good
corner,
defense.
then
Sound
came down
defense.
and another
But what are you going to do if Jimmy Butler is able to hit that like Steph Curry?
pull-up three over
Nothing.
Jokic, then slipped into
Just
the
going to
corner
shake his
again.
hand right
Was
here.
fouled on
Like,
a
this
three-point
is
shot,
this
but
is
Jimmy
dummy.
Butler hit a three from the corner,
Dumb
then came down
defense
and
from
hit another pull-up three
Aaron
over
Gordon.
Jokic, then slipped into the corner
Right?
again.
MPJ doesn't close out. He doesn't realize the exact same thing that Joker realizes on these handoffs, right? These grenade actions. They're just going to rise up and shoot it. They don't care if they make it or miss it. It's like their only shot available, right? Aaron Gordon gets into a space. Jimmy's got to turn a little bit to square up.
Fouled on a three-point shot,
And he gets fouled.
What will forever be
Yes,
remembered
it's a
is the
foul.
moment we all agree that officials grading their own papers is a bad idea. And suddenly it was a 1-point shot.
Any
It
fadeaway
was
going
over.
hard to the
Remember,
right,
it's
you're
the
going to
moment
kick
we
your
all
leg out to
agree
square
that
up in the
officials
air.
grading their own papers is a bad idea.
You're
And
dumb. You've never
suddenly
jumped
it was
high
a
enough to shoot a
1-point
fadeaway if you
game.
don't know that's
And
normal.
after this Butler fadeaway put the Heat in front, it
Then
was
he just
Jokic's
bodies up
turn to
KCP.
both papers is a bad idea. And
Oh my god, why am I so
suddenly
annoyed today?
it was a 1-point game.
I'm already 20
And
minutes into
after
this
the Butler
video.
fadeaway put the Heat in front, it was Jokic's turn to answer, attacking a switch and spinning to the basket to retake the lead.
That's awesome defense
Two
by
more
the
Butler
Heat. That's
free
just
throws
great
put the
offense.
Heat back in front. So Denver again goes to the pick and roll with Murray. He attacks the switch himself, and Bruce Brown.
This
Two
is
more
good
Butler
defense.
Free throws put the Heat back in front. So Denver again goes to the pick and roll.
Okay, Bam widens him out the whole time.
He
All right, there's no pass back. Caleb chases him and then stops.
Switch.
Bam sitting on this shot. He's forcing Jamal Murray to shoot this shot. He forces him to shoot it. He sees it and then contests late, right, just to make his life hard. And then it's terrible defense or absolute great offense by Bruce Brown. Two of those dudes are boxing out Aaron Gordon. He's beasting those boys. And Bruce Brown, instead of standing there, sitting there, he goes right to the
Brown
rim.
comes flying in to put the Nuggets back up 1.
Like, this is why I say
Denver
offense
again
always
goes
wins.
To the pick and roll with Murray.
You literally
He attacks the
play the
switch
best defense you
himself.
can. Shot goes up, and then you're outnumbered, you're outsized, down low, and then an
Bruce
extra guy
Brown
comes in.
flying in to put the Nuggets back up 1.
Oh
With less
my
than 90
god.
seconds left, Butler brings Jokic into the pick and roll. Gordon is pulled over early, and watch Michael Malone sliding with KCP and throwing his hands in the air.
Is this not a shot that you would take? One of your best shooters, even though he's missing. If that was MPJ, if you guys are Nuggets fans, if that's Jamal Murray driving and passing to MPJ, you would live with it.
To the corner, and that's just enough to keep the lead. After
That's
an empty
not good
possession,
defense.
The game came down to Butler isolating
Right here, going to the left. This is dumb.
against Jamal. Jokic is in perfect position,
So that's bad offense.
Jimmy has
This is great defense. Jamal jumping to avoid the bump. He knows the bump is coming. Jimmy's been doing it for 5 games straight, doing it all postseason, doing it his whole goddamn career.
nowhere to
If you don't know the scouting report on Jimmy by now, crap, you haven't been watching my videos, you haven't been watching the playoffs. Joker just sits in the gap because what is Bam going to do? He's not getting any lobs. Has Jimmy thrown any lobs above him? No. Do any of these guys cut around? Is Kyle Lowry cutting down, right? 45, filling the open space. No, he's old. He wants to stand there. Caleb Martin realizes he's in trouble. Kyle Lowry realizes he's in trouble, but he doesn't do anything. He's just looking. And then the only person he has left to pass to is Strus sliding up. It's not a dangerous because Aaron Gordon's in the way, so Jimmy Butler has a very small window to pass it because Kyle Lowry's standing there. And then KCP's a good defender.
KCP. And if we flash back to game 4,
Oh,
Jamal
Lord.
was isolated against Butler and gave up this and one on a hard drive because Jimmy likes to lean in
That's a
with that
sneaky
shoulder
offensive play.
and create contact in these situations.
He does that on the left.
So in game 5, when Murray slid in front of the ball, this time he moves backwards to avoid contact, then sits on the jump stop. There's no power on the pass, and it's a gift for KCP. So, after a season in which their offense powered them to the top record in the West, and they posted the best offensive rating in the league throughout the playoffs, it was their unheralded but effective defense that tightened the screws down the stretch. And for the first time in their 47 season,
It's a gigantic stretch. This is a gigantic stretch. Don't even play. I mean, come at me. Denver's offense won the whole thing. They deserve all the credit for playing good defense. But I give much more credit to Miami's offense being bad. Denver, they won easily, like I thought they should have. Because, like I said, too much meat. And Miami Heat don't have enough offense. Until next video, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.